You good?
All right, very good. We'll need a motion to come out of closed session.
I move we exit closed session.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, so we have a motion to exit closed session. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we're out of closed session. We'll need to certify closed
Move that we
session.
certify closed session.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All right. We'll need a roll call vote.
Chair Farrell,
Aye.
Director Miller.
Aye.
Director Johnson.
Aye.
And Director Broughton.
Motion's approved. All right.
So, as far as broadband is concerned, AEP and Gigabeam have started attaching fiber to the power poles. What we're working on right now at this time is an interconnection. So, the point of presence is essentially the interconnection for BATI 2021, and that'll be down in Shawsville. And once it's finalized and tested, customers can be connected. So basically, as Carly would know, the optical line terminal cabinets, OLT cabinets, there's 3, 4, and 5 are going to be turned up first. And that'll cover a good portion of Shawsville. There's up to 10 of them going all the way just in phase 1. Then phase 2 covers the rest of the county. Right now, they're doing the engineering for the phase 2 and hope to have it all complete by the end of this first quarter into March. My understanding is that they have requested make ready on 5,500 poles that AEP owns outside of phase 1 into 2. And so, again, once the line testing with Segra and others is complete, we should be able to hook up the first quote-unquote 6 homes, which is the test case, and then start running the fiber throughout the rest of phase 1. And again, phase 1 is Shawsville, Elliston, Lafayette, and Allegheny Springs. All right. I will jump down to Corporate Drive. For all intents and purposes, Corporate Drive is complete except for some check boxes that the town of Christiansburg wants. So in December, the contractor submitted a request for last payment, and I contacted the town of Christiansburg and said, okay, what do you need to bring this into your system? And approved as-built or record drawings, geotechnical testing. The next one's already done. They're gonna have to go back and redo the 5-foot grass shoulder because cars have been parked on it most of the time, and get rid of their security guard. He's got to fall back to the inside the boundary of United Therapeutics. So right now, I know the as-built has been finished, and there was about a month-long discussion about who was going to pay for all this. And we're supposed to quote-unquote pay for the road. And I reminded the contractor that he had about $60,000 worth of bad fill, things that he could use if it came to that. And so DPR is moving forward with all of it. Basically, we got UT involved, and they just told their contractor, DPR, to handle it and finish it. So right now we're holding up about $112,000, $113,000. I said we could pay everything but the retainage, but right now they're just going to get it all approved and get the town to accept.
So we're not gonna release that last payment until those items are completed?
Until I get a letter from the town that it's accepted into their system.
Good.
Because right now, they're getting ready to move the animals into the building end of this month, first of next month. And right now, the snow wouldn't even be plowed. And I really don't want to hear about that. So they need to get this in the system. I'd have to call somebody to come do it. So again, Corporate Drive runs up past the stormwater pond to UT's new building. Any questions on corporate? All right, I will hop down to Falling Branch Phase 2 expansion. We're working with Atmos Energy, of course, on the natural gas, and for 30 million cubic foot an hour, their estimates will cost us $2 million. So, since the town made Roanoke Street look all pretty, I cannot run a natural gas line down the center of it. They told that pretty hard to Atmos Energy. So, the good news is they have a 4-inch line going under Crab Creek and that bridge, and they're right now replacing it with an 8-inch steel line. That will add 5 million MCF an hour, which is good. That's about what FedEx at 250,000 would use on the coldest day in the winter. And they haven't been at full capacity, and so I asked today for readings from both FedEx and United Therapeutics, how much gas they were using, because the state is quote unquote waiting on this line to be finished so they can add that to our availability.
Brian, it says to Walker Street, but is it Water Street? From the high school,
I think you're right.
Water Street, I
Yeah.
think.
They
I couldn't find a
upgraded,
Walker Street anywhere.
I don't think it's, yeah, I think it's Water Street.
I think you're probably correct. Too far. Yeah, so the only point of discussion I see is the high school to the bridge and the bridge to Water Street. They already upgraded Water Street's receiving station. So it depends on how much gas it would add for us if we would be considering tying it back to the high school. If it added 10, another 5, it'd be worth our money. Let's run that little bit of line. Connect 8 foot to 8 foot. Because it goes 8, 4, 8.
Do they know how much this 3,500 feet of extra 8-inch steel line would cost?
No, sir. No, I emailed that. I'm not pressing that question because they've hinted at us paying for it, and I'm not asking. Can I ask them for us to pay for it? If we can get 5, we'll be in business on the new site. So Falling Branch Corporate Park Phase 2, of course, the estimate is $4.85 million to get the water, road, fiber, electric, everything into the site. The town of Christiansburg very unhappily approved the plans with the contractor for all bonds. There's about $3 million worth of bonds the contractor is going to have to get. And then on February 15th, we held the pre-bid meeting. We had about 6 contractors come out. And bids are due on March 7th. So we will see. There seemed to be pretty good interest. English Construction was there. And so they're one of the bigger contractors. And then multiple smaller contractors. But
Are the smaller contractors have capability to do the work?
yes, sir. We have 240 days to substantial completion. We're not rushing this project, I guess, and 270 days to finish it, and it's a $300 a day penalty after that. But as one of them said, when we walked down to Lot 2, since it was pretty muddy to drive, this is a pretty cut and dry project. Building a road, installing the water and sewer, and grading out the pad and the stormwater. So we could maybe get some better prices from a smaller company.
So of the 6 people who showed up, you think they're all 6 qualified to do this work?
I cannot say that because I don't know all 6 that came. I knew 2 of the companies passed English, but I didn't know all 6. And the folks that originally graded this, Sowers out of North Carolina, did not come. Now, they received all the information, but they did not come. And and Faulkner Construction did not send anybody, but they've been copied on it.
Did you say, is it a mandatory pre-bid?
No.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, that's right, I just said, they didn't send anybody to the meeting, but they got a package,
Yes, sir.
so they may still bid anyway.
H&P sent an addendum out today, and it was copied to 49 different emails plus mine. So they sent it wide and far. The access road is gonna be about half of this cost, and then the lot's gonna be about the other half. So we're praying for good numbers. My only concern is how they hedge their diesel prices.
So we'll have the bids are due back the 7th of March, so
March
our next meeting, we should
Yep.
have a pretty good idea what's going on. Okay.
Be able to look at, the goal would be to turn them loose within a couple of weeks if the bids are good. Because we're getting right into starting grading. Anybody have any questions? Kind of a short meeting. So, the Economic Development Authority, I guess Montgomery County has requested all boards and commissions video the meetings, which we are currently doing. We're gonna adopt the Board Docs software. So the Board of Supervisors uses that software, and basically, you will not get a packet anymore. We will buy 7 iPads that are subject to FOIA and give them to you, and you can use them for county purposes. If you use them for anything else, it's all subject to FOIA.
No,
It's not?
no, the only thing that's subject to FOIA is county business or EDA business. So if they do anything private on their iPad, it's not subject to FOIA.
Okay.
But if they do something private on their if they do something public on their private computer, that is subject to FOIA. Doesn't matter about where you're doing it.
One of the questions they said in Austin is, who's watching baseball scores? Because 3 of them were watching baseball during a meeting. And so they had to turn that over, but anyway. So each EDA director will get an iPad with a county email, and I guess this is more up to your discretion. As long as you open the documents on the county iPad, then you're fine. It can be in your email, or we can do a new email for you.
So you'll get an email that directs you to the Board Docs site, and then you log into the site. When an agenda's posted, you'll get an email that it's out there. So you won't get a packet emailed to you, but you'll be notified that it's ready. And then you can log into Board Docs. It's just like through a web browser kind of app thing. I don't know the technical name of that, but you can log in from any place that you have web access and get the information for the meeting. It'll have the agenda and previous minutes and that kind of thing.
Is there gonna be any training on this Board Docs software, or is it?
It's pretty intuitive, but we'll give you some training too.
So the staff's gonna be trained next week on how to upload it and things of that nature, which is really, I wouldn't say the difficult part, but getting it aligned so that then you can pull it down and read it in Google Chrome. Does anybody have does everybody have Wi-Fi at their homes? Because otherwise we would need to get one that was, had a signal.
Cellular.
Yeah.
Cellular.
So it'll be available on the same site, the county site, like the board supervisors agendas and all that are?
I don't
So
know
you
if
could-
it's exactly the same login or not, but it will be
Same
similar,
files.
yeah.
It's if I can do it, anyone can do it. It's
So the board docs, the agendas for the board supervisors, there's no login, you just go there.
That's right. If you log in, you'll get to see the closed meeting items. But the public site, anybody can get to that, And the public site would be just like the Board of Supervisors and the school board as well. So the only thing we can talk about where when we have the training is if you have a login, like I have a login to the county, and then when I try to look at the school's board docs, it's a little bit hard to not log in. It wants me to log in, which that won't work on their site. So we can show you how to do that too.
I imagine there's some kind of protocol for security on that as well, because we have, particularly for the closed meeting stuff.
The closed
want
meeting
some of that
doesn't
stuff
show
out
to the public at all. It doesn't show, it only shows what is on the public agenda.
We would have access to all that.
Yeah.
Somebody could copy that.
It's secure.
It's secure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the IT department will order them and set them all up with the standard security, like I have an
With the-
iPad as well.
With login credentials. So what you see will be different than somebody who's just browsing the agenda.
The only issue we have right now is the Apple ID. And some of you may already have an Apple ID that you use for your personal business. That's why I was thinking of getting everyone an email, and you could use that as your Apple ID going forward. That's how I have my iPad set up, with the county email.
If you have a personal iPad that you would rather just use the personal iPad and your Apple ID that you already have, that's okay with us too. Just let us know. But if you want us to provide a separate iPad with your email address, like Brian said, we can do that too. Whatever's easier for you guys.
Might be just as well just to keep it on a single platform, just dedicated to it.
Yeah, the advantage of taking a county one is it's limited in what they can see.
And then basically we'll just not have these anymore, and you'll
Right.
just need to bring your iPad to every meeting, make sure it's charged.
And I would imagine anything that I'd need to sign would be here as a paper copy.
Yeah, I'll still do that at the end, yeah.
You may have noticed we're down to 50%. Brenda's out on medical leave right now, and Carly had her baby Friday, so everybody's in good shape there. So right now it's
Boy or girl? Boy.
6.13 boy. So I'm real happy for them that it all worked out
Great.
just fine.
All right, anything else? All right, with that, we will adjourn. Thank you all.